I'm going to let Robin control this because he knows what we're doing here. We need to have a vote so we can move this zoning code along.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. McNulty. This is an initiation of the zoning amendment. So as you'll recall, we've been working on a zoning code update for literally years now. We held some work sessions with you all earlier this year. It took us a little longer than we wanted, but we kind of took that feedback, have been making adjustments accordingly, and finally we're in a place where we feel pretty comfortable kicking off the official process. And so what you have before you is a motion to initiate that process. So I do want to emphasize we won't be discussing the content of the amendments here this evening, but this would initiate that change, which is both technically a text and map amendment, and then that would authorize me to send it off to Delaware County Regional Planning. Regional Planning will review it and then hear it at their meeting at the end of the month, and then the first official hearing on the code with you all would be scheduled for October 8th at 6:30.
Is that October 8th date flexible, or is that a?
So that is our normal meeting date. It doesn't have to be that meeting date. If the commission wishes to choose a separate date for it, that's fine. But October 8th was our next normal meeting date.
Yeah, I know I was out of town on that day, so I'd like to be here for the public comments. But
and I'm assuming that I'm assuming that you all will want time to review it. You will have comments. Presumably, we'll have comments from the public as well. So I'm not assuming that it's going to be a one and done on October 8th. But
What I'm interested in, because I really trust Delaware County Planning, I really do. I love their comments after they get look at what's come before us first. And we adhere to those. I think about how critically we look at those and go, yeah, those are good things. Are they going to view this entire zoning code, Robin, you think, in that kind of detailed direction as they have for other things?
yeah, I mean, they will. They are required to by law, and we have given them previous versions of this to do kind of informal review, so it shouldn't be just a total surprise to them. I've let them know that this is coming. Yeah. Obviously, it is. It's 250 pages of text, so it's not insignificant. I don't know that. I can't speak to their staffing levels. I assume they're going to give it as thorough of a review as they can, and we will obviously take their feedback to heart. I can't promise that they will adjust, or they'll address every single little item, but maybe they will.
But if you've already sent them the preliminary things, then they're already ready for this, and you're right.
They should generally be aware of the big issues.
Again, I trust them for how thorough they have been for other things they've given us back.
Do they have a general turnaround time, or is there a requirement? In other words, by October the 8th, will it be back, or? Yeah,
so they have a submittal schedule, and they hold their meeting near the end of the month, so it's probably September. So they'll have 2 or 3 weeks to review it. September 26th would be their meeting date on it. And again, that's just a recommendation, but they'll have feedback by that September 26th date so that we can hold our hearing in October.
Have they given feedback on the previous documents you submitted?
They gave some feedback, yes, which we did take into account. And again, that was just staff level. That wasn't the full regional planning commission.
Right. That was probably staff level to talk about with the zone code. Just to discuss
So it's up to you as a commission if you want to stick with that regular meeting date of October 8th, or we could look at a special meeting date of October 15th.
My request would be October 15th, but I'm flexible with it. If I can't be here, no worries.
It is also possible, I think this week is the deadline for that October 8th meeting, so it's possible that we could get a rezoning in and have we would have to hold a hearing on the rezoning and the draft code, and if we did a special meeting date, then that wouldn't be an issue. That's if something applies.
We need to
Well,
check
is
that
that,
date.
yeah, do you have any issues with the
On either date,
15th? Yeah,
Either day.
I don't either, so.
but we need to check Christine.
Well, I think the other thing, it's more a matter of Robin's schedule and what's.
Well, my
what's
schedule
going
is
on.
clear, but we do need to set a date this evening.
Well, I recommend October the 15th.
And I'm fine with that. If that's good with the three of you, I mean, it is a Tuesday evening.
Yeah. I think that, let's go ahead and do it.
Okay,
Thank you all.
You better be here.
so,
I was just thinking that myself, they'd be here, yeah.
all right, so I will need a motion and a second, with reading the, text that you have before you, and in the second paragraph, October 8th will be changed to October 15th,
15, okay,
2024, at 6:30.
I can motion. I move, to initiate for consideration pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, section 519.12, a proposed amendment to the Orange Township zoning resolution and zoning map, which would, if adopted, revise certain textual provisions of the zoning resolution and zoning map, with all such proposed textual revisions being reflected in the zoning amendment text and zoning map, having a cover page entitled Orange Township Zoning Amendment Number ZON 24-05, dated September 10, 2024, a copy of which text and map shall be appended to the minutes of this meeting. Furthermore, as part of this motion, the zoning commission hereby directs that a public hearing on this proposed amendment be held on October 15, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. at the Orange Township Hall located at 1680 East Orange Road, Lewis Center, Ohio 43035, and further authorizes and directs the zoning inspector to transmit this proposed amendment to the Delaware County Planning Commission for its recommendation, to make the amendment available for public examination, and to give notice of this public hearing by publication, all in accordance with applicable law.
I second.
Motion and a second. Those voting, Ms. Foster,
Yes.
Mr. McNulty,
Yes.
Mr. Pierce.
Yes.
Motion carries. All right, so October 15th at 6:30 p.m. is the date.
Okay.
And then we do have some approval of 4 sets of minutes before you. I sent those out last week. So if you would like to approve those, you can do it in one motion to approve all 4 sets of minutes, or do them in separate motions, does not matter.
Does anybody have any issues with those that you'd like to change? No, nor do I.
So I move that we approve all 4 sets of minutes collectively.
I second.
Those voting, Ms. Foster,
Yes.
Mr. McNulty,
Yes.
Mr. Pierce.
Yes.
I believe we have no further business.
That's as quick and easy as
yeah.
it gets.
Yeah.
Meeting's adjourned.
All right.
Thank you.
15th.
What's that?
Don't be late. It's not an opportunity for that.
Robin,
We have another time.
I had a question. I don't know if you know, well, I guess there's nothing we can do